Oh hey, and welcome to the Roman military video on the Cool Schools Network.
Today we will be talking about the Roman army's weapons, tactics, formations, and also some of the famous battles they fought.
The Romans used a number of weapons and defensive devices. The gladius, the number one weapon of the Roman army, was a short but sharp sword used to stab the enemy under their armor.
Combined with the gladius, the Romans used a large shield called the scutum. This was used with the gladius to deflect enemies' attack, then stab them through the stomach. While the Romans were skilled in hand-to-hand combat, they also carried two pilums with them. The pilum was a unique spear with a small metal tip at the end designed to break when it hit something. This made the spear very lethal. The enemy also couldn't throw it back after the tip broke off.
I'm dying! Throw it back at them!
No, the tip broke off! No! Take it back! Honestly, throws a stick.
The Romans also wore body armor and shin guards to protect them from flying objects and attacks. They also wore a helmet that protected the sides of their cheeks and the flap in the back to protect them from flying objects. One Roman legion consisted of about 6,000 men. Each man carried about 93 pounds of equipment and 16 days' worth of rations. Some men were considered Marius mules because the General Marius would hand most of the equipment to these man mules.
Only 60 more miles to camp.
Die!
Oh no! Oh, too much weight! Too much weight!
I am victorious!
Now we shall move to Connor for Roman military tactics and formations.
The Romans used a mixture of tactics and formations. Two defensive tactics were the tortoise and the cavalry rappel. The tortoise was designed so that each man in the front line would put their shields down and the men behind them would put the shield above them. This allowed the Romans to be protected from each side and angle. The cavalry rappel was used to protect them from cavalry strikes. They would put their spears in the ground and point them directly at the cavalry. This way, if a horse got near, they could stab the horse and protect them from any oncoming attacks. There's a number of formations. The wedge, the orb, and the scam were the top three. The wedge was designed in an arrow shape used to break through the enemy's front lines. The orb was designed so that if a few of the Romans got separated from their legion, they could protect themselves in a circle of shields. The scam was designed so that each Roman could be part of the battle. It was designed so that when the officer blew their whistle, they would switch the front lines, switching the front men, giving them a break to relax as the other men fought for them.
The cavalry was named the ala. A Roman cavalryman rode on horseback with bows and arrows. They also carried pilums, missiles, spikes, lances, and short shields with them and wore little armor.
Go!
The Battle of Cannae was fought in 216 BC. Hannibal, the Carthaginian general, lured the Romans into a trap. The trap made gaps in their forces. The cavalry flanked the Romans, then Hannibal surrounded them.
The siege of Alesia was when the people of Gaul revolted at Alesia. Caesar had 12 legions with him, but was heavily outnumbered 2-1. Although it was a siege, Caesar cut off their food supply and rations, which won him the battle.
The Battle of Zama took place in 202 BC. There were 3 lines of troops for the Carthaginians, and the Romans used the skirmish, but war elephants that were up front in the Carthaginian lines ran right through them. Then Hannibal's cavalry surrounded and flanked the Roman army, making them surrender.
The Romans had a number of forts throughout their empire. A normal fort could hold up to 1 small legion. It took about 8 years to build 1 fort. They started out with small ditches and sharpened wooden spikes to protect themselves from intruding enemies. As they built it up, they used earth walls and watchtowers to defend.
You're always gonna go. Oh God! Oh God!
Owen. I need help.